Now time to induct another legendary Australian music figure into the Aria Hall of Fame.
He's written novels, scores, screenplays, poetry, stage plays. His songs have been covered by bands as alternative as Depeche Mode and Metallica. He's been the recipient of numerous industry awards, has collaborated with and is respected by international talent the world over, and been the subject matter for fashion designers, filmmakers, musicians and artists for the last 30 years. Nick's first bands, The Boys Next Door and The Birthday Party, set his reputation here and in Europe as a provocative, violent talent for which he would be notorious for the next 20 years.
I saw the world as a kind of punishing place, a bad place, a place of chaos. We drank a lot. We experimented with drugs.
After releasing a healthy 17 records here and in Europe, The Birthday Party had run its course.
It was clear it was a dead end, that if we wanted to continue to do something, we had to change. And so we put together The Bad Seeds. The lyrics became more focused. Words weren't just used as kind of weapons. They were used to put across my particular idea of the world at that time.
Nick and the Bad Seeds went on to record 13 albums. Nick also covered his hero Johnny Cash, who was to return the favour years later.
The song lends itself to many different interpretations.
And anyway, I told the truth, and I'm not afraid to die.
Nick's songwriting grew, with him recording more ballads, initially scaring off his old punk fans, but eventually being appreciated as the modern classics they are. Over the next decade and a half, Nick formed some of the most surprising partnerships in musical history, and has written some of the most beautiful love songs.
For me, the great love songs certainly are the ones that have within it an ache.
I don't believe in an interventionist God. Get ready for love!
Having carved a legendary reputation with the Bad Seeds, Nick has now found yet another avenue for his musical outlet in the shape of Grinderman.
The stars look good tonight.
Nick Cave's violent lust for life has been saturated with art, talent and passion.
Like I love you.
Please welcome to the Aria Hall of Fame, Nick Cave.
All things move toward their end. I knew before I met her that Thank you very much for this. I can't really accept this until we get a few things straight. What I can't figure out is why I'm up here and the Bad Seeds aren't. Now, thank you. I've been told it's because the Bad Seeds aren't an Australian act, and that there's a few foreigners in the band. But to me, the Bad Seeds have always been an Australian act, and we've been out overseas making authentic Australian music. So, thank you. So I would like to do a little bit of inducting myself. Mick Harvey, who I've worked with for 35 years, a great musician. The mind-bendingly gifted Warren Ellis, piano player extraordinaire Conway Savage, and Martin Casey, who's just the greatest bass player in the world. I hereby induct you into the Aria Hall of Fame. Now that's been sorted out, there's one other matter. Before the Bad Seeds, I was in a band called The Birthday Party. Now, The Birthday Party's had untold influence over music in Australia and internationally, largely due to the guitar work of Roland S. Howard and the late, great Tracy Pugh, a giant amongst rock musicians. And I would like to, with the power vested in me, induct these people also into the Aria Hall of Fame. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank my mother, my darling wife, Susie, and my 4 boys, Jethro, Luke, Earl, and Arthur. Thank you, and good night.